Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me this morning. I'm going to show you how to do this card. I won't open it just yet. It's called a tunnel card and I'll show you the inside in just a minute. Just a few things to mention before I start. I've got a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. In there, I've just got all my cards that I do from my workshops and any impromptu cards that I make just off the top of my head. I do sell my cards through that Cards by Laura page. I also donate a lot of cards, so some of them you see on there may not still be available. I may have donated them to some charities of some sort. I do a lot of donating. I used to do markets to sell them, but it's really not worth my while to do that. I'd rather give them to someone that's trying to raise money for a charity. My Facebook group is called Laura's Craft Rooms Tips and Tutorials. I have just updated the banner on that page with this card that I made. It's a 7x5 card and it's all in the new colours, or most of the new colours that are in the next annual catalogue, which goes live to customers on the 1st or 2nd of May, I think it is. So keep an eye out for that lovely new paper and colours. In that Tips and Tutorials group, there are tutorials for all the cards that I do on my YouTube videos, as well as my live videos that I do every Saturday morning. I do a quick live video for my group. There's over 12,000 members in the group, which I love. A lot of people sharing their creations in there. The live videos are also pinned to the featured tab in there, so you can hop in there and have a look. And also the links to these videos I also put over in there, so you can refer back to the YouTube video. My YouTube channel, if you're watching this morning, it's called Creative Gems. If you haven't already subscribed, if it's your first time watching, love you to subscribe. I've got about 2,500 members, subscribers in that one as well. When you do hit the subscribe button, there's a little bell that comes up. If you hit the bell, it will notify you when my videos are uploaded to watch. So that's the header page for my Craft Room Tips and Tutorials page, if you're looking for that one. Now we shall get on to making this card. I'll just pop that aside so it doesn't get in the road. This is called a tunnel card and I'll show you why. It's got a little, I've put ribbons at the side to hold it shut because it does get a little bit thick in the centre, but it takes not much. So as you can see, this is your tunnel effect in the centre here. Easy to make, so I've decorated in here, which you need to die cut this piece first, lay that down and then stamp in here. The one I'm doing today, because I've got I did Night of Navy on the base, this one here is Boho Blue, and because it's Night of Navy, you wouldn't have seen what I stamped in there, and I didn't want to heat emboss white in there, so I've die cut a piece, an image to put in there, which looks just as lovely. I haven't got anything to stamp around on here, which I'll have a look when I get to it. I might find something to stamp in there as well. But that's what it looks like. That's the back of the card where you can write your greeting, write your message on there, and just a little bannery thing on the front. All these banners are out of the same set, so you just need some layering banners to go with them. They're all dies out of that one. So we'll put that aside. And as usual, I've prepped a lot of my pieces and I've also done the measurements for you. These measurements will be in the description box of my video. So you can hop on in there and write them down from there, or you can take a screenshot of that. I'll leave it there for you to do that if you wish. And all the pieces I have cut here. We'll start with the outer base, which I mentioned before is in Night of Navy, which it's this one here. I haven't scored it yet. We're going to score that in a minute. It'll be on the PDF, the scoring measurements and all the instructions of how to put it together. It measures 8 1/4 by 5 7/8 that way, and it will score that at 4 1/8, but I'll show you that one in a sec. And then the tunnel section, which is the inner piece here, this piece here, it's slightly smaller. It measures 8 inches by 5 5/8. So it's a 1/4 of an inch smaller on the length and a 1/4 of an inch smaller on the width as well. So that's 8 inches by 5 5/8. That goes on the inner side. Then we've got the mats, which are the same colour as the base. Oh, this one I've done. Yeah, these mats here, sorry. Getting ahead of myself there. That's those two there. They go on this side here. 5 3/8 by 1 7/8. That's those two in the Night of Navy. And they go on each side. And then the DSP on those is 5 1/8 by 1 5/8. And you'll need 2 of those. I'll show you what pack this paper is out of shortly when we've done all these pieces. The front and back mats. My front one, I've done the boho blue again, the same as the inner tunnel. And where am I? Right here. That's the 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. You'll need 2 of those, one for front and one for back. And then the DSP on the front, it's out of the same pack, 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. That's that one there. And then the back one, it's 5 3/8 by 3 5/8 as well. That's that there. And I'm just going to glue that little image onto that at the back. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm using that same image all the way through the card. The front greeting mat, which is this one here in the boho again. It's 4 inches by 2 1/2. You could use any die for the front. Normally, the one you cut out of here would be the one you've done on the front, but because I haven't cut that one yet, I've cut another one separate. So I'll use the other one later. And it's 4 by 2 1/2, and then the front basic white die, that's the one that layers on there. It's 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. That's those two. They will go on the front, and I've just die cut a Night of Navy image, the same as the one that's going on the back. It will sit on the front. I'll just get that back. It will sit on there. I'll just glue that down on that one. And I've done this little greeting. Now it's the smaller die. These are the dies here. They're from the Thoughtful Expressions bundle. I'll show you those in a sec. So it's those 3 shapes. And this one here is the smaller one. And I've just stamped a little thanks, which is from the Thoughtful Wishes set. It's that little one there. And the die that I used is this one here, out of the Thoughtful Wishes. I've just cut a few in different colours in those. That's the set for that. Very nice. That's one of the new sets out of the new next annual catalogue. This one here is carrying over to the new catalogue. And the dies for that are in here. So you get these beautiful circle sort of dies with different shapes. And then the others are those ones there with the rectangle shapes. And then you've got a few others that cut out the bird and the flowers on that one. So that's the Thoughtful Expressions bundle. That's in the next annual catalogue. I'll just pick up what dropped on the floor. This piece here is the one that's going inside in the tunnel on the Night of Navy. So it's the same image as those, and that's going on the inside. So that's all of those. The paper that I used, which is this one here, straighten that up. This is one I got at On Stage for free, but it is available in the next annual catalogue. It's called Mediterranean Blooms. The front sides, well, what I call the front is what they showed on the thing, are all lemons and oranges, like so. And very pretty, quite bright. I couldn't imagine a card, although we are doing one in our retreat in a few weeks' time. I'm going to use one of these as one of the projects. So it's all, that one's quite pretty. It's just got little lemon flowers with garden green leaves. But the backs of them, as you can see, the blues, all toned in the blues, which is really pretty. That one there, which I've used today. More oranges. So I did get this pack for free, but I will get another one because I like the blues at the back, so I'll probably mostly use the blues in the pack. And that is Mediterranean Blooms, that one is called. And the ribbon I'm using today, wherever I put my 2 strips of ribbon, it's in a new pack. There's 2 little white ones. You could colour these. You could nicely colour them in a blue or whatever. I've left them white. You colour them with your blend, so when they dry, they won't run everywhere. It's petal pink and white 1/4 inch diagonal trim combo pack, and it's the 2 colours in there, which are quite pretty, and you can see the diagonal stripe on them in there, and that's a petal pink and a white. We haven't had a nice white for a while. I think the last one I remember was a crinkled ribbon. So that's a lovely pack as well. That's in the new catalogue. That's all of those. We'll just put those aside and we shall get started. Done all those. That's a die cut. Well, the lengths of ribbon are two of 6.5 inch lengths of ribbon, and then some scrap for your greetings and stuff. So that's that. Now we shall get started. You're going to score this one. It measures, I'll just get my instructions out wherever I put them, underneath everything. It's scored at 4 1/8. It's 8 1/4 wide, so we're going to go 4 1/8 there. And you can, I won't fold that yet because I'm going to stick the die onto that, the die cut piece that I've done. And then the inner tunnel, this one is scored at 2 inches. This is your inside piece. 2 inches, rotated 180 and score at 2 inches. And then, what'll I just double check? The inner score line goes at, which I haven't written it on here. I'll go this way. I will do the inner one after I've, no I don't, I think I'll do it before. No, I'll do it after, so that I don't end up with the score line down the centre of the piece. Now what you're going to do, and I'll die cut over the back so we don't clunk it, the camera everywhere on the thing. Now if you can see these score lines, you just fold them up roughly to start with. And then the largest one, I'm going to die cut this, and I will tape it down. This is my Hunky Dory tape, best tape I've ever used. It doesn't rip your cardstock if you pull it off gently. And I'm trying to just measure that so it's pretty much centered in there and top and bottom, like so. We'll tape that there. And another little bit down the bottom here. I just don't want it to move and make my die cut crooked. Now I'll come back in a sec and I'll just die cut that from there. And this piece that you die cut out, you could use for your greeting at the front, so don't feel you've wasted what you've cut out. Just tighten up the arm on my device so it doesn't move. So we'll gently pull this up. If you pull it too much, it will rip your card, but I find anything you do gently will work. So that's the piece you've cut out, and it's the same size as the front piece here. I could have waited to cut it, but I wanted to show you that at the beginning. Now, these two, this one here, we're going to die cut. Well, not die cut, we're going to score in the centre. This one measures, I think it was 8 inches long. Yes, 8 inches. So we'll score that, just the top and the bottom. 6, 7, 8. And that's 4 inches. So you don't need to score it all the way through and then ruin your vannery piece. So we'll score that like that. I find it easier to score afterwards. Now the two outside, if you get this right, the two outside ones come as valley folds. Just get my bone folder. So, and then the inside one will come to a mountain fold. I didn't get it very straight in the middle. Look at that. Oh well, you won't notice it too much. It could have been that further that way, but that's okay. It's not going to make any difference to the card itself. I might just stamp. We'll get an image out of this one. See what's on this one. I might just stamp some of these little blotchy pieces around the edge. I don't want anything flowery because I haven't really got flowers on the card. I'll just have a mouthful of water. Yes, I'll do this one here. Just the little splotches. And I'll do the Night of Navy, but I might just stamp it off. Just getting a little block. Actually, if I do boho blue might be better because it'll be tone on tone and it won't be so dark. So as you can see, around this one I've put the flowers. So this one here I'll just get my silicone mat so we don't end up with ink everywhere. So I'll just go lightly in that. This will dry lighter, so don't worry if it looks too dark. Just go a few around the edge of this just to take the plainness off. Nice little detailed sort of stamp that you can fill in some gaps. A little bit down there, a little bit over there. That will be enough. I'll go another little bit over there. That will be fine. I'll clean that off in a sec. Right, that's that piece. Now we can put this onto, go this way, just move that out of the road. This piece here will go onto this piece here. Now I'm just going to, I'll use that washi tape or masking tape that I had a minute ago. And I'm just going to line that up. As you can see, it's not directly in the center, but that's okay. If you want to be a little bit more precise, you can sort of measure it in future. I'm just going to tape that there. And the other piece that I had earlier, I'll tape that there. And I have got a white piece, a little die cut piece. So you could stamp in here. If I had a lighter colour, I would have stamped. I'm just going to centre that in there with some liquid glue, which I got out a new one this morning. I took the, hopefully it won't come out too heavy, and put glue everywhere. Lovely sunny day today. We're after Easter, so Easter's gone. That's almost a quarter of the year gone. Well, quarter's gone. Almost a third of the year. That didn't tape very well, but we'll just hold that there. I just want to get it, make sure it's sort of central where it's going to end up. So I'll just put that onto there. Looks much better with the white on the, you could white emboss a greeting in there if you wish, if you've got a dark colour at the base. So we'll just take those bits off, and then we can glue that down. So all you need to glue is these two outside sections. We shall put our liquid glue on here. I'll use liquid glue today for convenience because it's a little bit quicker. Plus I need a little bit of wiggle room. I'll put the glue on this side as well, so we can do the whole section at once. And it'll just have the 1/8 inch border all the way around. I'm going to do one side at a time, so I'm going to put that over there, like so, and then I'll reach this one across, and that will go over there. It should sit flat, but make sure you only glue those outside edges. And then that will fold shut, like so. Oh, I know what I didn't do is put my ribbon under. Oh no, the ribbon can go under the front pieces. That's all right. Oh, every time I do a class or a workshop, I always say to the ladies, don't forget your ribbon. But you could have put the ribbon under the DSP here, but I'm going to put it under the front and back outside panels. I know the number of times I've forgotten to do it, and I keep telling everyone else to do it. So that's that piece done. Now we can put the strips down the side, these two, and the two of these. So what I'll do, I'll add the strips to this first. You could decorate this so many different ways. And then I ended up with glue on there, making a mess. I'll fix that later. I hope everyone had a lovely Easter. I'm not sure if everywhere in the world, I'm assuming everywhere in the world because it's the birth of Jesus, so I'm not a religious person, but I think everywhere in the world celebrates Easter. We went with my family on a picnic on the Good Friday, and then just pretty much had a quiet rest of the weekend. Then these two pieces will go on here. I hope everyone's looking forward to the new annual catalogue. I know I am. Not long now to wait. I've done a pre-order, so looking forward to be able to order anything we like from the catalogue. The pre-order was pretty good. There was quite a bit of stuff we could get, and I'm doing a retreat here at my home. We've got 12 ladies with the retreat, and we're doing 10 projects, which includes a couple of boxes and all fancy fold cards. So that will be nice. That one there is not stuck real well yet. And that one, we might put a little bit more glue on that later. So that's the inside. And then we shall put our ribbon on. Just want to put that down flat. So I'm just going to judge where the centre of this is. And I'm going to put some tear and tape to hold the ribbon. I find it's a lot stronger, but I don't want it right out to the edge because your mat will come in 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to put a little strip there, and then the same on the back side. Try and line it up reasonably straight, about there. I think it's about there. I do eyeball a lot of stuff. Most of the time I get it fairly straight. Just don't put your tape right out to the edge there so that it doesn't stick out past your mat on the front and back. Oh, my pick tool. I'm looking for my old pick tool. This is a pick tool my good friend Annette, my crafting buddy, gave me at On Stage. It was a pillow gift that she had, and she'd made another beautiful gift as well. But this has got like a marble, a blue and purpley marble handle on it. It comes apart like so, and you can pack it away like that. And so I'm going to be using that forever in my craft room. Beautiful, beautiful tool. Thank you, Annette, if you're watching my video. Now we shall put these across here. Like that. And this one will be easy to line up with the other one. And then we can put our mats over the top of that. So I've got this one and this one. I'll put the DSP on first. There's one of the patterns from the Oranges and Lemons. Mediterranean Blooms. I'm not sure why they call it Mediterranean. We have Oranges and Lemons. It's more like a picnicky thing to me, or a basket where you go and pick fruit, put your fruit in the basket. I suppose that's what they do in the Mediterranean. So that's one, that'll be on the front, and my white one, I shall put this blue image on this first with my silicone mat, which I'm not sure where it went. It's probably right in front of me. There it is over there. And this piece here. I'll just put some little dots of glue on these main pieces. It doesn't need a lot to hold this image down. Didn't want too much flowery pattern on this. I think this lends itself well to the pattern on the paper. I had it up on one of my eyes a couple of weeks ago. It's healed really well. I had a cataract taken off my left eye first, and then in a couple of weeks' time I get my right eye done, and then hopefully down the track I will be able to see without my glasses, which will be great. Put this one on here. But so far so good. The first one's gone well. Haven't noticed a change yet, but I don't think I will until they're both done and when I go to read. So I'll just glue that one down. This is the back panel where you do write your wishes and greeting. This is a nice little thank you card. I'll just explain the front bit too, the little strips that I did on that, just to match it all up. I'll try and coordinate everything. So this one will go on the back, which is this one here. Video is a little bit longer than normal, but I'm sure you'll enjoy it when you get to. Make sure you have a go. And if you're in my group, a lot of you are, make sure you post in the group any of the creations that you do. I'd love to see some of what you do. It's nice that people watch what you do and share. And then the front will be this one. And then we can put the greeting on, and it's pretty much done. I didn't get out any embellishments. I'll just have a look what I've got. I think there's something in there in the boho blue that I can put on it. I've sorted all my embellishments. I've put aside all the ones that are retiring, and the ribbons and the paper and the stamp sets. Pretty much organised my craft room for the new lot. Now this one here, we've got that, and then that, and then one of these on the white again, there. And then this little thanks, it's just this same paper here, and I've cut a 1/8 inch strip, and I made them a little bit longer, and then I trimmed them off to go with the shape on the ends, and then just put one top and bottom. It just sort of finished it off a little bit better. Now I'll put the white on the blue first. I'm going to sit the whole thing up on dimensionals, give it a little bit of balance and texture and height. So this one will go on the front first, and I think this image here is going to hang over a little bit, not much, but that's fine. Put some more glue on this one. I hardly ever use, there's adhesive sheets you can use for dies like this, but I find when they're really fine, it's sort of hard to get the backing off some of them. I probably should use them more often, but I find a little bit of liquid glue works well if you just put a few spots around where you want it to stick down. It works fine. I don't use the adhesive sheets. If it's one big piece, fine. Or if it's a really intricate die that you need to stick down. But for these little bits, I find it's easy just to do this. So that's that one. This one here, I'm going to sit flat as well. I'll just put some glue in the centre. And then I'll sit the whole lot up on dimensionals. That goes just from that edge to that edge on that. Give it a push down. Move it across a fraction. And then some dimensionals on the backs of that. I'll take a photo later and put it in my group as well for everyone to see. I do like the dimensionals. I don't skimp on them because I like it all to sit up nicely without sinking down in the middle. Then I'm just going to centre that there, pretty much in the middle. And that is that. I'll just have a look for some embellishments in some sort of blue. I know one of the blues, it didn't really look like. Well, we've got some Night of Navy ones here. See what they look like. No, we've got some balmy blue ones here. No. And we'll try blueberry. Yes, they will work. I'll just put them on the white. Try this pack here. These are the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. So we'll get some of these blue ones out. They're quite sparkly too. I'll put them on the white on the front. And my pick tool, I've got to get used to looking for this blue handle on the pick tool. We'll put a couple on the end of the greeting. And we'll put 3 up here. I'll put them on the white because they stand out a little bit more. Out there. That is that. And that is it. Tie my little bow. I've given you enough ribbon length to tie a decent bow. You can shorten it off if you wish. tie that into a bow. It does sit sideways. I can trim the ends of that. On a nice bit of an angle. I have ordered another pack of this ribbon because it's 2 rolls, so you only get half as much what you would normally get on a single roll in a pack. And I love the white. I love the petal pink too. That is my card for today. I hope you'd enjoyed that. And I shall open it up again and show you the inside. A little bit different. You could decorate down here, but I don't think it needs it. You could put decoration down the sides there instead of stamping. But I do like that. I'll put a little bit more glue on some of those spots after, just to make it sit down flat. Thanks for watching today, and I shall catch you all again next Monday. I hope you have a lovely week, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.